Exercise, what's this, 9.14 is it?
Yeah.
9.14, this is question 20. Show that tan A equals, show that 2 tan A over 1 plus tan squared A equals sine 2A. Well, I'm going to start off with sine 2A, okay? And what I'm going to do with sine 2A is I'm going to do this. I'm going to say it's sine, you've got to write down what sine A plus B is starting off. Sine A cos B plus, what that makes cos A sine B. What I'm next going to do is I'm going to change all the B's into A. So I'm now going to get sine A cos A plus, what's that, plus cos A cos A sine A, and that in turn brings it to 2 sine A cos A. Now I'm looking at this and I have the 2 that I'm looking for, okay, but what I don't have is the tan A and the 1 plus tan squared A, so I had to figure a way around that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide. If I divide, I also have to multiply. Do you understand? If I pick something to divide it by, I also have to multiply it. I know that tan A is sine A over cos A. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put cos A underneath. If I put a cos A underneath, I also must put a cos A on top. Is that right? So what I'm next going to get is this. I'm going to get 2. And this now turns into tan A, and now I'm left with cos squared A. Okay? So I'm at this point in time now, 2 tan A, cos squared A. I'm going to look at my tables and see if there's anything I can do about that cos squared A. So I'm going to go to page 13. Now, this one, unfortunately, is an old one, but we'll see it here, right? It's rarely used anymore, but there's something that's called secant squared A. Does anybody see secant squared A? Secant squared A equals 1 plus tan squared A. Now this is your first time to see secant squared A. Alright? Secant squared A, if you go to the left again, it says that secant squared A, or sec A, is 1 over cos A. Yeah? What can you tell me secant squared A then is there for? It's going to be 1 over cos squared A. So 1 over cos squared A equals 1 plus tan squared A. Turn them both upside down, and then what happens? We're going to get cos squared A equals 1 divided by 1 plus tan squared A. And then we can replace cos squared A with 1 plus 1 over 1 tan squared A. Now, that's a bit random, a bit too random even, okay, so we might try to find another way out of this if possible, okay? So, try and think. Yeah, I think I have a way for you maybe. Plus tan squared A. That's currently the... Okay guys. We don't know that formula, we've never used it before. So look at this instead. Sine squared A plus cos squared A equals 1. Everybody happy with that? Cos squared A equals 1 minus sine squared A. Everybody happy with that? Alright? Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start trying to introduce tan A into this, because tan A equals sine A over cos A. So what we might do next is I'm going to divide both sides by cos squared A. And I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this now. Now, by dividing both sides by cos squared A, I've turned that into 1. I've turned this one into what, guys? 1 divided by cos squared A. And I've turned the last one into minus tan squared A. And then, see the way I have that 1 plus cos squared A now in terms of tan squared A? Bring the tan squared A over to your side, we get 1 plus tan squared A equals 1 over cos squared A. Now, what I'm going to do here is basically this. 6 over 8 is the same thing as 3 over 4. Is everybody happy with that? I'm going to turn it upside down, so I'm basically going to say 8 over 6 equals 4 over 3. That's the trick I'm going to do next. So what I'm basically going to say is that cos squared A equals 1 divided by 1 plus tan squared A. And it's the same trick as last time. This cos squared A disappears off, and it becomes 1 divided by 1 plus tan squared A, and then we're going to get 2 tan A over 1 plus tan squared A. So, number 21, I'm looking at it and I'm going, okay, the 2 thetas, the sine 2 theta, the cos 2 theta is what I think we should get rid of. The answer is in terms of what? Tan theta. So, do I have an equation that will go straight into tan theta or not? Okay, let's see if I do. Sine 2 theta on page 14. Sine 2 theta is the same thing as 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan squared theta. Now guys, that choice is it's reasonably logical because of the fact that tan theta is my answer. I should change everything into tan thetas. Cos 2 theta is 1 minus tan squared theta over 1 plus tan squared theta. Stop here. Which part do you need to work on first? The top half, which is in red, or the bottom half, which is in blue? Which one would you start off with? The bottom, because the bottom one doesn't have the same denominator. Let's run our 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Okay, top remains the same. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And then the bottom will turn into 1 plus tan squared theta plus 1 minus tan squared theta. And what's it all over? Now, what you're going to notice next is that the 2 denominators are the same. Now, what you guys like me to do is, when you have a fraction divided by another fraction, what you guys like me to do is take the bottom fraction up and turn it upside down. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to get 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan squared theta. Then I'm going to multiply, those, they cancel, right? So that's basically 2. The full thing is 2. So I'm going to turn that upside down. 2 on the bottom, 1 plus tan squared theta on top. Cancel and cancel. 2 tan theta divided by 2 is tan theta. That's actually easier than the last one. Okay? Now, hence or otherwise, prove that tan 22.5 equals root 2 minus 1. That's interesting, okay? Now, it won't be enough to stick into the calculator because it wants a proof as opposed to calculate. This is the language of the question. So, guys, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to write down tan. How do we get 22.5? Oh yeah. Is there a formula for tan 2a? And I'm going to explain why I'm using 2a. Tan 2a equals 2 tan a divided by 1 minus tan squared a. Now let me explain this. Put this to memory, okay? When you're asked for 22.5, what is 22.5 half of? A well-known angle. It's half of 45 degrees. So when that happens, when you see something like, when you see 15 degrees, you're going to use 30. When you see 22.5, you're going to use 45. Okay? So this is what they're asking us to use the double angle. So what I'm going to say is this. Let A equal 22.5 degrees. Okay? This means tan 2a is what? 45. And tan 45 is? 1. Tan 45 is 1, and this equals 2 tan 22.5 divided by 1 minus tan squared 22.5. The whole point of the question is to get tan 22.5 on its own. Now, I know this is a quadratic equation, but how do I know that? The tan squared on the bottom. If I replace tan, if I let y equal tan 22.5, what happens to my equation? What happens to my equation then, guys?
2y over 1 minus y squared.
2y over 1 minus y squared. Cross multiply. 1 minus y squared equals 2y. Bring to one side. Y squared minus 2y plus 2y minus 1. Unfortunately enough, that because my answer is in third form, what do you think that means? Minus b formula, because I can't get it normally, okay? So I'm going to have to do the minus b formula. There's been 2 questions like this in the last 4 questions, hasn't there? There's one of them I did yesterday. So unfortunately, guys, the only way to remember this is to do it a couple of times and then you'll remember it, okay? So a equals 1, b equals 2, c equals minus 1, minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now guys, what we go here is minus b is minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times minus 1 all over 2a, which is 2 times 1, yeah? Now we're hoping this comes out nicely. It's going to be minus 2 plus or minus, I think that turns out to be root 8, doesn't it? Or in your calculator it should be 2 root 2.
Yeah.
Okay. All divided by 2. Now look what happens when we divide it by 2. Minus 1 plus or minus root 2 over 2. Oh, sorry. Over nothing. So the answer is y equals minus 1 minus root 2, or y equals minus 1. Is that the same thing? Root 2 minus 1. Do we have a root 2 minus 1 there?
Yeah.
The second one. So that's root 2 minus 1, and that means tan 22.5 equals root 2 minus 1 as asked. Yes, Connor?